Welcome. Today we'll be going through the Toshiba TCX 800 unboxing and installation. So as part of this, I've got our Toshiba TCX, which is the point of sale itself. I've got a customer display, which is built for the Toshiba. So they're both Toshiba units. One's point of sale, one's customer display. And we'll go through how to connect it all up, the I/O panel on the back of the Toshiba, and how a few things will work. So same as some of the videos I've done in the past, I'm not going to be mounting this to a pole. I'm just going to be taking it out of the box and kind of showing you how it works and the logic about how you would swap one unit to another. So I'll start getting into unboxing. Alrighty, so we're looking at the box of the customer display. We'll open that first. So in our customer display box, we have a couple of cables and a couple of boxes. So first things first will be our display, which will be a DisplayPort to DisplayPort, followed by the other form of display, which will be VGA to VGA, followed by power. So this is the specific power cable. So I'll see if I can get it there so you can see one end of the connector looks like that, and the other is your retail 12 volt USB, which is the green end. Okay. In your little box, you will have separate plastic to hide your customer display and to make it look nice. However, if you are pole mounting, like most customers will be, you would just have a typical VESA mount from your existing customer display that you would plug in to this one. Now that we have that out of its box, I'll just take it out of its sheath as well. We have here our customer display. Okay, Toshiba customer display. So on the bottom here is where all the cabling will go. So this here is the protective shield. So if you just lift it up and out, there is your moisture protection. So I'll move that over the side there. So what you will do, you will determine which connection you need for the point of sale for your display. So it'll either be DisplayPort or VGA. If you are going with a Toshiba TCX 800, which is what we would sell, you would go display. Now when I say display, that's the name of the cable. It's like a HDMI cable, but instead of two corners being cut off, it's just one. Then you use this connection here for the power. Okay, so that is that odd cable we're looking at before. So I'll get this out of the plastic and give you a bit of a look. So that's the 12 volt retail USB that goes into the TCX or the point of sale. That there is the power connection to the customer display. So you would plug it in like that till you hear the little click. That's now plugged in. So you would feed that down through the pole and then back up to go to the customer or to the point of sale. So typically you would use this little pin for the power. That's not what comes with this unit. It's the standard connection here for Toshiba to 12 volt. And then you just choose which of the two displays you are going to use to get data. So that'll either be the DisplayPort or the VGA, depending on what you're installing it to. So some of the older units, some of the older point of sales, you may go VGA. If you're using the TCX 800 point of sale, you would use the DisplayPort, both of which come in the box. Now, like I said before, when it comes to the mounting of this, when you want to put it on a pole, it does come with non-pole mounted things in the box, as we saw before. However, for most sites, you will be using a pole mounting system of some sort. Typically, that would be a space pole. That's the terminology for it. Some of them are Digipos poles, but in any case, they all use what's known as a VESA format, which is the 4 screws around the corner that you can see here. Okay, so that's what you will be screwing into the mount, either by taking the mount off the pole and then putting it onto this and screwing it in, or just having someone hold this while you line up the holes and screw it in. It doesn't really matter, whatever way is easiest for you. So now that we've explained the customer display, I'll quickly tidy up and get our point of sale out of the box and show you what that looks like. So let's do our TCX 800. So I'll unbox it. Alrighty. So we'll open up the box. So the very first box you'll see, depending on which way you've opened it, if you've opened it up the right way, you'll get this box on top. And this box has all of our cabling and such. So from this box, if you want to make your cables look neat at the back of the point of sale, you want this. It's the shield. So it will sit like that, and the cables will go up and underneath like this. Then you have your power cable and your power brick. You also have your safety information. If you want that, you can go through and read it. Otherwise, moving on. Most of the boxes that come from us will have a stand in the box. We are removing the stands just to avoid any potential shipping damage. So if you don't have a stand, that's fine. If you specifically want a stand, please make sure you let it be known that you want one. So this is the stand, like I was saying. So Toshiba, it's a stand if you don't have a pole mount. We've removed these now just to avoid any potential shipping damage. Let us know if you do want this instead, and we can put extra bubble wrap around the metal brackets. So this is the Toshiba point of sale that goes with the customer display we're just talking about, and our I/O panel. Network, our two USB 3s. I'm going to skip the USB-C. Typically would use network USB 3s. This is your display port for your customer display, for your visuals from your display. Two USB 2s just in case you run out of USB 3s. You have your 3 retail volt 12 volts, which is for your customer display for one if you have a Toshiba customer display, like I said before, or it would be for things like scanners. Then you have your power connection, which is this 3-prong here. You can see that on the power supply as well. So that just goes in like that. And that's plugged in. And if you ever need to remove it, there's just a little clip at the top here, which you would pinch and pull. 24 volt, the red instead of the green, is for your receipt printers, and we don't worry about CDA and CD. Okay, not relevant. Now, what you'll do once you've got all your cables in is you want to get your cable management done. All right, so that's it right there, and that's it. So after that, move back a step. Your cabling will go under there and plug in, and that's how that works. So if I was to undo this really quickly, and I just want to point out, you'll see it at the bottom here. It's very, very hard to see on the camera, but there's arrows pointing up because all you have to do is lift up to take these off, all right? And the trick to putting this on, by the way, is there's little tabs on the top here, and there's little tab indents that you can see here and the whole way along the top. You want to line them up as best you can and once it's lined up, you just push in and down, and it's done. And then up, like I said, to take it out. So what you'll do when you go to install this is plug all your cables in, feed them through the pole as you need to. If you have an all-in-one already, all you would have to do at this stage is essentially swap out the power, because it'll all be the same connections more or less, except for that, with one exception I'll talk about in a moment. So what we would do, we'd have all our connections plugged in like this. You would try and feed them all so that they're down. You would come across and put your display on just to make it look neater, and then this would go up into your pole. All right. So that's how you do the back plate with the cable and the point of sale. So just keep in mind when you are wiring it, it's going to go down underneath that cover and then back up through to the pole. Now the one thing you'll notice straight away is that it has no serial ports, so if you do have serial devices, try and let our team know. They are pretty good at figuring it out with you, but just on the off chance they miss something, please let them know. So typically that would be your scale and your FPOS. So you'll get something like this if you let our team know, which is a serial to USB adapter from StarTech. So if I get this out of its box and all it has is a manual, CD, you don't need either of these, and the adapter itself. So if I was to open this up, this is what it would look like. So you got your serial here, USB there. So when you're swapping one, especially an all-in-one, you would unscrew the serial, feed it back through the pole, down underneath the counter, wherever it goes, screw it into this, and then feed the USB back up through the pole and into either the USB 3.0 or 2.0 on the Toshi. All right, that's how you feed that through if you have serial. So if you are swapping all-in-one to all-in-one, serial goes into that, USB goes up, ditto for any USBs, and you would just remove the power from the original one and put the power for the Toshiba through the pole to get it working. That's it for the Toshiba. If you have any questions, please call us on 1-800-020-946. Otherwise, don't forget to like and subscribe. It really helps out the channel, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.